And now, the meeting of the minds, part 5.
Behold the final chapter of my glorious interview with former President Donald Trump. How about the Wuhan lab? You were ahead of the game on that one.
I was right about hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
Remember that? Now, had I said do not use under any circumstances,
Everybody would do it.
My mistake with the wall. So it took me 2.5 years to start building because I had lawsuits. I had 11 lawsuits, mostly by Congress, Nancy Pelosi and the group Crazy Nancy. So mostly by Congress. It took me 2.5 years to get started. You weren't allowed to start. You had all sorts of restraining. I won all of them. I start building the wall. I mean, think of it. They go out and they say, walls don't work. And I always say, the only two things that work, and they always will, are the wheel and the wall. That wall had such an impact. But we've done a great job, and I think we're given a lot of credit for it. And I think, frankly, now we're given much more credit than I was when I was there because they see how bad it's been. We had secure borders. You know, one of the things we talk about, the people coming in, well, they couldn't come in very easily. But, and the whole, I mean, all the different rules, regulations that made it. But one of the things I stopped is fentanyl to a large extent.
Right.
I had it down 81%. That's a tremendous amount. Now it's triple, quadruple what it ever was, and it is the worst drug of all.
Yeah, and they're finding it everywhere. It used to just be on street drug. Now it's in cocaine. You know, I've changed my lifestyle.
It's everywhere. You can no longer take anything.
Exactly.
You can't have
I'm
you can't have a hamburger. You can't have a hamburger anymore.
Exactly. But I will, you know, to your point, fake news is one of the most important phrases of this generation.
I think so.
Because generally people complained about bias when they were in their home watching TV. But it was the first time somebody on TV was saying it to them, saying this is fake.
Nobody ever said it. And, you know, I'm sure they won't give you, they'll say, in 1929, somebody used the term. I don't think so. But I thought it was a great term. It was so accurate.
It's stuck.
No, it's stuck. It's stuck.
It's not going away.
Hey, you know how long it took? And now I watch CNN saying, fake news has reported. You know, they're saying about the other side, it's not working. But I will say, it stuck. And you know how long it took to stick? About 24 hours.
Exactly.
It was there.
That's amazing. Amazing. Mr. President, there's a man over there looking at me. I wonder if that means time's up.
I don't know, but we can do another one. Now, I have to say, I really enjoy your show. I enjoy you. I know you're a funny guy and all that, but you're a very serious guy, actually. You get it. You get it. And I think that's why your show's doing so well. And I kept saying, why can't these other people be beaten? They're horrible. I know them all. Why can't they be beaten? And Jimmy Fallon, I watched him. He was so, remember with the hair?
Yeah, he was having a good time until his friends came after him.
He was having a good time.
Yeah.
He said, can I touch your hair? And I said, I'd rather have you not, but if you want. And he starts messing it up. He said, it is your hair. And, okay, all of this. And then what happens? They go after him. And then he apologized.
He apologized.
And by the way, he got great ratings. It was great.
He's never been the same.
And it's never been the same.
It's never been the same because once you feed the crocodile and apologize, they come after you. He lost so much respect. If he just stuck to his guns instead of he lost his
highest rated show.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing it. They did commercials at the beginning. And then they went after him.
It's like SNL.
They said they humanized me.
Yeah,
they humanized
How
me
dare you?
by doing it. How dare you do that? You've humanized him. Do you know what you've done? And instead of saying, hey, I got the biggest ratings, the show is doing great. His show was doing great. Instead, and he was always a nice guy. I always thought he was a nice guy. Instead, he apologized. He looked like such a fool.
And they're not funny.
No, they're not.
They're not funny. They replaced humor with anger and what's called clapter. They want people to clap about their opinions and not their jokes.
The other one used to treat me, ABC.
Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
He used to, I did a show many times before I was doing this. He used to greet me on the sidewalk. He used to wait for me, nobody else. This is before I was a politician. Can you believe I said I was a politician? I hate to say that, but listen, he used to, Jimmy Kimmel, wait for me outside his studio in Los Angeles, very crowded street. When I came, he kissed my ass all the way in. And then what happens? I run, and all of a sudden I'm like this horrible guy. This guy, go back to his old shows.
The Man Show?
He treated me, he was nervous to talk to me. He'd meet me at the car. I think he might have even opened my door. You want another and now it's different. So it's one of those things, you know. It's very interesting. I went into a big event, and our great former First Lady, who really did, the people love her. We love our First Lady, the signs. But she said, I've never heard anybody boo for you. I had just announced. And I said, well, that's politics. She said, yeah, but all the years we've been together, nobody ever booed. And now there were some people cheering like crazy and some people booing.
Right.
I said, well, that's what happens when you go into politics. It is true.
Yeah.
But
people pick sides.
Those late night guys are terrible. And you have done the country such a service by gobbling up those ratings that I congratulate you. You've done a great thing.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. That means a lot. And thank you for doing this interview.
Well,
this has been a blast.
It's been a lot of fun. We'll do it again.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that concludes our mini-series with former President Trump. Coming up, Facebook and Ray-Ban go all in, spying like Joseph Stalin.